What if I told you there's one exercise that can add 10 years to your life, prevent falls, eliminate knee pain, and make you feel stronger than you have in decades? And what if I told you it requires zero equipment, takes less than 5 minutes a day, and most doctors have never heard of it? You'd probably think I'm crazy, but stick with me because what I'm about to show you has transformed thousands of lives, including my own. I'm talking about people like Sarah, who at 67 couldn't climb stairs without holding the railing and now she's hiking mountains. Or David, who was using a walker after his hip surgery and threw it away after just 6 weeks of doing this one simple movement. The exercise I'm about to reveal has been hidden in plain sight for over 2,000 years, used by ancient warriors to build unbreakable strength and legendary monks to achieve perfect balance. But here's the shocking part. Less than 2% of people over 50 know how to do this correctly, and that's exactly why so many are struggling with weakness, pain, and the fear of falling. The medical community calls it age-related decline, but I call it preventable neglect. Your body isn't designed to fall apart at 50, 60, or even 80. It's designed to be strong, stable, and pain-free for life, but only if you know this one secret. Before I reveal what this exercise is, let me ask you something. Do you remember being a kid and feeling invincible? Running without thinking about your knees, jumping without worrying about your back, playing for hours without getting tired? That version of you isn't gone forever, it's still there, buried under years of sitting, weakness, and the lies we've been told about aging. This exercise is going to dig it out and bring it back to life. The exercise is called the horse stance. And I know what you're thinking. That sounds like some martial arts nonsense. But listen to this. NASA uses variations of this exercise to prevent muscle loss in astronauts. Physical therapists use it to rebuild patients after major surgeries. Elite athletes use it to prevent injuries and build explosive power. The only people not using it are the ones who need it most. Regular people over 50 who want to stay strong and independent. Here's why this works when everything else fails. Most exercises move your body through ranges of motion, but the horse stance does something completely different. It forces every muscle in your lower body to work together in perfect harmony while your joints learn to be stable under load. It's like teaching your body to be a rock-solid foundation instead of a house of cards waiting to collapse. To do this correctly, stand with your feet wider than your shoulders, toes turned out slightly. Now, sink down like you're sitting in an invisible chair until your thighs are parallel to the ground, or as low as you can go. Keep your chest up, spine straight, and knees tracking over your toes. Start with just 30 seconds, and I guarantee your legs will be shaking like leaves in a hurricane. But here's where it gets interesting. That shaking isn't weakness, it's actually your body waking up. Every tremble is a muscle fiber that's been asleep for years, suddenly coming back to life. Every second you hold this position, you're building strength that, honestly, no machine in any gym can replicate. You're creating the kind of deep, functional power that keeps you steady when you slip on ice, strong when you need to lift something heavy, and, well, confident when you're walking in the dark. The first benefit is strength that actually matters. This isn't about building pretty muscles for the beach. This is about building the kind of strength that lets you get up from a chair without using your hands, carry groceries without your back aching, and play with your grandchildren without getting winded. Your quadriceps, hamstrings, and glutes all fire together in perfect coordination, while your core locks down like a steel girder to keep you upright. But it goes deeper than just muscle. This exercise is actually rebuilding your tendons and ligaments, which are the connective tissues that hold your joints together. These are the parts that, honestly, take the longest to heal when injured, and they're usually the first to weaken as we age. The horse stance strengthens them without the dangerous impact of running or jumping, giving you joints that feel, well, 20 years younger. The second benefit is flexibility that comes with strength. Most people think you need to choose between being strong or being flexible, but the horse stance, it actually gives you both. As you hold this position, your hip flexors lengthen, your adductors strengthen, and your ankles learn to stabilize in ways they probably haven't done in decades. You're not just getting stronger, you're getting more mobile, more agile, and honestly, a lot more resilient. Your spine learns to stay upright under load, reversing years of slouching and that forward head posture so many of us have. Your knees track properly over your toes, preventing the inward collapse that leads to pain and injury. And your ankles develop the kind of stability that prevents those twisted ankles and falls that send so many people to the hospital. The third benefit is mental toughness that transfers to everything else in your life. When your legs are burning and your mind is screaming at you to quit, you learn something powerful about yourself. You learn that you're stronger than you think, tougher than you imagined, and more capable than you've been led to believe. This isn't just physical training, it's mental armor that protects you from the fear and doubt that creep in as we age. In martial arts, they call this rooting, becoming so grounded and stable that nothing can move you. But it's more than just physical stability. It's emotional stability, mental clarity, and the confidence that comes from knowing you can handle whatever life throws at you. Every second you hold this position, you're not just building stronger legs, you're building a stronger mind. Now, if you're thinking this sounds too good to be true, let me give you some progressions that will take you from beginner to advanced. If you can barely hold this for 10 seconds, start by holding onto a chair or wall for support. Your only goal is to get into the position and hold it for 30 seconds. Once you can do that without support, you're ready for the next level. The weighted horse stance is where things get serious. Hold a light weight at chest level, 5 or 10 pounds to start. This shifts your center of gravity and honestly forces your core to work even harder. As you get stronger, you can hold the weight overhead, turning this into a full-body exercise that builds strength from your toes to your fingertips. For the truly advanced, there's the pulsing horse stance. Instead of just holding still, you sink to the bottom and pulse up and down 1 inch for 30 seconds. This creates constant tension with no rest, burning out every muscle fiber and, building the kind of strength that makes you feel bulletproof. You can also shift your weight from side to side, opening up new ranges of motion and challenging your balance in ways that translate directly to real-world activities. Each variation builds on the last, creating a progression that can challenge you for years to come. Your training schedule should be simple but consistent. Beginners should do 3 sets of 30 seconds 3 times a week. Intermediate practitioners can do 3 sets of 1 minute 4 times a week. Advanced students can hold for 2 to 3 minutes 5 times a week. The key is gradual progression. Your body needs time to adapt and strengthen. But here's where most people mess it up. They let their knees cave in, they lean forward, or they hold their breath. Your knees should track over your toes, your chest should stay up, and you should breathe deeply throughout the entire hold. If you can't maintain perfect form, you're going too deep or holding too long. Quality always beats quantity. The most common mistake is giving up too soon. When your legs start shaking and burning, that's not a signal to stop. That's a signal that the real work is just beginning. Honestly, those last 10 seconds when you think you can't hold on any longer are worth more than the first 30 seconds combined. That's where the magic happens, where weakness transforms into strength, where ordinary becomes extraordinary. Remember, your body is not a machine that breaks down with age. It's a living, adapting system that gets stronger with the right stimulus. Every day you choose to be weak is a day you're choosing to age faster. Every day you choose to be strong is a day you're choosing to live longer, better, and with more vitality than you ever thought possible. The horse stance isn't just an exercise, it's a declaration of war against weakness, a rebellion against the idea that getting older means getting weaker. It's your chance to prove that age is just a number and that your best years are still ahead of you. So the question isn't whether this exercise works, the question is whether you're brave enough to try it. Start today, hold it for 30 seconds, feel your legs shake, embrace the burn. And remember that every second you hold this position, you're not just building strength, you're building the foundation for a life of power, independence, and unshakable confidence. Your future self will thank you for starting today.